Greetings, beloved Princeton United Methodist Church community. It's Pastor Jenny here, and I'm reading today from Luke chapter 1, verses 63 and 64. This continues the story of Zechariah and Elizabeth, and they have just had a baby, John, who we know as John the Baptist, and they are moving through some of the rituals that come after babies are born in ancient Jewish times, and they come to this. They're naming the child. And Zechariah says this. He asked for a writing tablet and wrote, "His name is John." And all of them were amazed. Immediately, his mouth was opened and his tongue freed, and he began to speak, praising God. This is the word of life. Thanks be to God. I love to take a camera with me when I go hiking or on any kind of adventure, really. I love to take pictures, close-up, detailed pictures of the things that I find in nature. I can spend a lot of time in front of one little flower, or I can chase a crab around a beach, or follow a praying mantis around the yard. Or when it was cicada summer here a few years ago, I went out every morning and just with a camera and looked all around at what was happening with these very strange and kind of beautifully ugly creatures that were all over our yard. I am amazed. I am wonderstruck. I'm in awe when I get to see things up close, and somehow the camera allows me to do that even more. I get to really study them that way. And I wonder today, as we continue to ask, how does a weary world rejoice? Our answer for this week is we allow ourselves to be amazed. I wonder how you allow yourself to be amazed. Where are some places or times or situations where you find that you can be wonderstruck, awestruck, full of amazement? Maybe yours is very different than mine, and that's just one way that I find it to be true for me. But I wonder how you do. Some of us, I think, have a propensity for awe, a more inclination to it, more than others, kind of a more natural ability to find it. Others have to work a little harder. Sometimes life just kind of gets in the way as well. Weariness, of course, can drain us of some of our wonder and ability to be awed. Sometimes just grown-up life can do that for us too. Often being around a child or a pet or in nature can help us find some of that awe, some of that wonder in our lives. Of course, this is a wondrous time of year. There are many things that can help stir some of that in us. But as we also know, that this time of year, this holiday time, can be filled with so much weariness too, that it can be hard to find that wonder. We will continue to talk about this on Sunday, but I wonder again for you, can you think about ways that you have, you are most prone to this? When we talk about Zechariah here, it's interesting to me that Zechariah has been unable to speak for several months throughout Elizabeth's pregnancy, and that the first words out of his mouth are praising God, but also that those first words, his mouth is opened again, his voice is found again after this kind of moment that amazes and wows everybody, confuses everybody, even brings fear to some people. I wonder what happened for him in those months of silence, those months of not being able to talk. I do think that there's something about being able to kind of quiet ourselves, to be fully present to something, to someone, to God. That is at least one thing that helps us find that wondrous space. It's not the only thing, and it certainly doesn't have to happen that way, but I do think that these are some of the ways that it is the case. I know that for me, that again, when I'm in the woods, when I have that camera, it is such a holy and mystical experience for me. And I do enjoy sharing that with others, but sometimes it's just me and God and the nature that I'm communing with that are so powerfully interwoven in those moments. Being able to be present to what I'm looking at gives me so much more ability to find that awe and wonder. So I wonder what Zechariah's time with God, with his own thoughts, what he was able to do, how his life was changed because of that, how much wonder and joy he was able to find, even when the world around him was not so easy, was not so joyful, was weary making. Friends, there are lots of things going on in the life of our church, and we have another Sunday in Advent. Our third Sunday of Advent's coming up. This coming Sunday evening is our Christmas concert, 5 o'clock. Handbells, youth choir, chancel choir, all will be sharing Christmas joy with us, rejoicing, inviting us to rejoice together. The following Tuesday, the 19th, is our longest night service. I do invite you to come. It will be live streamed, but we will have a chance to bring our weariness to the forefront, to name it, to hold it together, to bear one another, to bear up, to bind up one another's broken hearts together. Following that, Christmas Eve is also Sunday. So we have Sunday morning worship at 10 o'clock on Sunday. It's our fourth Sunday of Advent service. And then in the afternoon, we have our 4 o'clock family-friendly service and an 8 o'clock service. On Sunday, you're going to be getting postcards at worship, and we invite you to pass those out. Find someone to invite to Christmas worship, Christmas Eve worship this year. I do also invite you to, we pass these out in worship on Sunday. We'll include this in the email this week too. This is a story sharing form, and we are participating in a project called Bridges, and this is a Lilly funded grant through the annual conference, and this is inviting us to build bridges beyond our church into the community around us. And one of the best ways we do that is we listen to the stories of others. Particularly, we listen for stories of joy and stories of pain that others have experienced. And so there are some instructions on here. I hope that you'll take a look and explore that a little more. Lastly, I want to invite you to give at the end of this year. We have a very ambitious income goal for December. We are looking for $94,000 to come in this December through your pledges and offerings, and we still have a long way to go. So if you are behind on your pledge, if you made a pledge at the beginning of this year, last fall, then please catch up. Please share what you had said you would share. If you have yet to give at all this year, I do invite you to give before the year is up, and to consider, how do you respond to what you are being given to God in this, how God is giving to you in your spirit, in your life, and to respond joyfully with that in your financial offerings this season. We are so grateful for all the ways that you give your prayers, your presence, your gifts, your service, and your witness. And this is a particular time we do need you to give financially, and we appreciate that so very much. We had some help on Giving Tuesday, and we'll continue to look for your gifts as we close out this year. Friends, it is always a joy to be on this journey with you. It is, remember that you were created for joy. You are enough because God is enough. And I look forward to continuing this journey with you over these next weeks of these high holy days of Christmas. Blessings to you. See you soon.